Good evening. Thank you for tuning into Mirror Now. I'm Aarti Subramaniam. In Bengaluru, a pregnant woman lost her baby after traveling from hospital to hospital only to be denied admission. Over a period of 8 hours, she traveled to 4 different hospitals across the city, and each one of those hospitals denied her admission for various reasons. The woman went into labor, but unfortunately, her baby did not survive. In fact, it was only then that a hospital finally gave her admission. Here's a look at what her husband had to say about the entire incident.
ಶ್ರೀರಾಮ್ಪುರಂ ಕಲ್ ಹಾಸ್ಪಿಟಲ್ ಅಂತ ಗೌರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಹಾಸ್ಪಿಟಲ್ ಒಂದು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿಕೊಂಡು ಆಮೇಲೆ ಮಲ್ಲೇಶ್ವರಂ ಬಂದ್ವಿ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕೋವಿಡ್ ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ರಿಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ವಾಪಸ್ ವಾಣಿ ವಿಲಾಸ್ಗೆ ಹೋಗಿ ಸ್ಕ್ಯಾನಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡಿಸ್ಕೊಂಬನ್ನಿ, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಸೇರಿಸ್ಕೊಬೇಕಂತ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಹೇಳಿಲ್ಲ. ಬಟ್ ಸ್ಕ್ಯಾನಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡಿಸ್ಕೊಂಬನ್ನಿ, ನಾವು ವಾಣಿ ವಿಲಾಸಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗಿದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ನಾವು ಕೋವಿಡ್ ಪೇಷೆಂಟೇ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ, ಸೆಕ್ಯೂರಿಟಿ ಝೋನಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಲ್ಲಿಸ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡಿಸ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ವಾಪಸ್ ಕಳಿಸ್ಬಿಟ್ರು. ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಮತ್ತೆ ಕಲ್ ಹಾಸ್ಪಿಟ್ಲ್ ಕರ್ಕೊಂಡೋದಾಗ ಅವ್ರು 5 ಗಂಟೆಗೆ ಅಡ್ಮಿಟ್ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡ್ರು. 6:30 ಆದಮೇಲೆ 7 ಗಂಟೆ ಆದಮೇಲೆ 8 ಗಂಟೆ ಆಯಿತು. ಲಾಸ್ಟಾಗಿ 8 ಗಂಟೆಗೆ ವಾಪಸ್ ಅವರು ಕಳಿಸ್ತಾರೆ ಈಚೆ. ಕೋವಿಡ್ ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲ, ದೊಡ್ಡ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಬರೋಲ್ಲ, ನೋಡಲ್ಲ, ಕರ್ಕೊಂಡೋಗಿ ಅಂತ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಕಳಿಸಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಬರ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಅವ್ರು ಹೇಳ್ತಾವಲ್ಲ, ನಮ್ಮ ಹೆಂಡತಿ ಮಗು ಹುಟ್ಟೋ ಥರ ಇದೆ, ಮಗು ಆಗೋ ಥರ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ. ತಕ್ಷಣ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಆಟೋದಲ್ಲಿ ಹತ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಬಂದ್ಲು. ಮಲ್ಲೇಶ್ವರಂಗೂ ಹಾಸ್ಪಿಟಲ್ಗೂ ಮಿಡಲಲ್ಲಿ ಮಗು ಹುಟ್ಬಿಡ್ತು. ರಾತ್ರಿ 3 ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದಿದ್ದು. 4 ಗಂಟೆ 4:15 5 ಗಂಟೆವರೆಗೆ ಇವ್ರು ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರು. ಇವ್ರು ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು 5 ಗಂಟೆಗೆ ವಾಣಿ ವಿಲಾಸ ಕಳಿಸಿದ್ರು. ಅಲ್ಲೋದ್ರೆ ಅಲ್ಲೊಂದು ಅರ್ಧ ಗಂಟೆ 5:15 ವಾಪಸ್ ಕರ್ಕೊಂಬಂದು ನಮ್ಮನ ಹತ್ರನೇ ಏನೇನೋ ಮಾತಾಡಿ ಕಾಲಿಗೆ ಬಿದ್ದು ಸೇರಿಸಿ ಅವರು ವಾರ್ಡ್ಗೆ ಹಾಕಿಲ್ಲ, ಬರೀ ರಿಸೆಪ್ಷನಲ್ಲೇ ಕೂತಿಟ್ಟು. ಶ್ರೀರಾಮ್ಪುರಂ ಪೊಲೀಸ್ ಸ್ಟೇಷನ್ ಹತ್ರ ಕಲ್ ಹಾಸ್ಪಿಟಲ್ ಅಂತ ಅವ್ರು ಕರ್ಕೊಂಡೋಗಿ ಬರೀ ರಿಸೆಪ್ಷನಲ್ಲಿ ಚೇರಲ್ಲಿ ಕುಂಟಿಸ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು 7 ಗಂಟೆ 8 ಗಂಟೆವರೆಗೆ ಇಟ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಅವರು ವಾಪಸ್ ಕಳಿಸ್ಬಿಟ್ರು. ಯಾವ ಬೆಡ್ ಎಲ್ಲೂ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿಲ್ಲ. ಮಗು ಆದಮೇಲೆ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಬೆಡ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರೋದು.
ಯಾರು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರೋದು ಬೆಡ್?
KC ಜನರಲಲ್ಲಿ. ನನ್ನ ಮಗು ಹೋಯ್ತು, ನನ್ನ ಮಗು ಮತ್ತೆ ಬರೋಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ನಾನು ಮಾತಾಡೋದು ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಯೂಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳೋಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ. ನನ್ನ ಮಗು ಬರೋಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. ಗೌರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಕಡೆಯಿಂದ ನನಗೇನು ರಿಕ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ ಅಂದರೆ, ಕೋವಿಡ್ ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಬಂದು ಡೆಲಿವರಿ ಮಾಡೋದನ್ನು ತಪ್ಪು. ಫಸ್ಟು ಡೆಲಿವರಿಗೆ ಅಡ್ಮಿಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಕೋವಿಡ್ ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, 10-15 ನಿಮಿಷ 20 ನಿಮಿಷ ಅರ್ಧ ಗಂಟೆ ಆಗಲಿ ರಿಪೋರ್ಟ್ ನೋಡಿಬಿಟ್ಟು ಆಮೇಲೆ ನೀವು ಅಡ್ಮಿಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಬೇಕು. ನಾವೆಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಬರ್ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ 1 ವಾರಕ್ಕೆ ಮುಂಚೆ ಕೋವಿಡ್ ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಬಂದು ರಿಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಬಂದರೆ 1 ವಾರ ಆದಮೇಲೆ 3 ದಿವಸದಲ್ಲಿ ಮತ್ತೆ ಕೋವಿಡ್-19 ಅಟ್ಯಾಕ್ ಆದರೆ ಎಫೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆದರೆ ನಾವೇನು ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ, ನೀವು ಏನು ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ. ಅಡ್ಮಿಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡಿ ರಿಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಕೊಡಿ, ಮಗುನ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ನಂತರ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಯಾರಿಗೂ ಆಗೋದು ಬೇಡ.
Right, Shrija joins us for more on this story. Shrija, just take us through and help us recreate the route that she took and how many hospitals she went to and why they each denied her admission.
Well, right, Aarti, in fact, we see, according to the family members, she started experiencing labor pain. That is just a day before this entire incident that place, which is yesterday. So we understand from the family members that immediately, this is around 2 a.m. they left home, and this is in an auto. Her brother was driving the auto along with her. Her mother also accompanied, is what we understand. So from her house, the location that she traveled first was the nearby hospital was Srirampura Government Hospital. Now, according to this, we understand, which is about 1.5 kilometers that she had traveled, the hospital authorities refused to admit this particular woman who was already into labor. She experienced contractions, but understanding the entire situation, despite the entire, in fact, the ordeal that she was undergoing, we see the hospital authorities refused to admit her only by saying that, sorry, we don't have beds. So from there, they were turned away, and from there, we understand the next hospital that they visited was a nearby Malleshwaram Hospital, is what we understand, which is the Manipal Hospital, a couple of kilometers away, at least about 5 kilometers. Now, once when the family members reached this particular hospital, once again, they were turned away by the hospital authorities, saying that, sorry, this is a COVID hospital. We do not admit anyone who's pregnant, and we also need a COVID report. So this was second hospital that she had traveled to. Now, remember, running from pillar to post with having no choice, the third hospital that she visited was the Vani Vilas Hospital. Now, this is a maternity hospital that we are talking about, a government hospital. Again, what we see here is that Vani Vilas Hospital turned her away by saying that, get us the COVID report, and only then we can go ahead and admit this particular patient. Now, remember, we are talking about a woman, a pregnant woman who cannot wait for just another 2 or 3 days. Considering today's scenario, if you give for testing, you will at least have to wait 3 to 4 days before you get a report. So when you have a woman, a patient who is in the 11th moment to go and deliver, we see that the hospital authorities turning her away, saying that, sorry, we need your report report, and only then we can admit. They didn't clearly have a choice, and then it was the family members where we understand she was really tired to go to another hospital. We see that the fourth hospital that they visited was the Manipal hospital. Now, once again, the Manipal hospital turned her away, saying that, sorry, we cannot admit you. And with no choice left, they came back to Sri Rampura Government Hospital. So the Sri Rampura Government Hospital, the reason why they had to admit this pregnant woman was this is only after her husband prostrated before the hospital authorities with no choice left before them. She was admitted there at 5 a.m. And soon after this admission, we understand that they turned her. In fact, they sent her away
Shrija,
from the
I'm really
hospital premises.
sorry to interrupt you.
A.m. saying that, sorry, bring us the COVID report.
Shrija, I'm really sorry to interrupt you. We'll come back to you in just a minute to help you complete the route that she took. But joining us on the phone line is Brijesh Kalappa of the Congress Party. Mr. Kalappa, good evening to you. Thank you for joining us. I don't know if you managed to catch what Shrija was telling you about the various hospitals that this pregnant woman had to go through. But don't you think we need some sort of clarity on whether or not a patient can be admitted without a COVID report, whether in emergency cases like this, a hospital can even deny admission to any patient, and if so, they should be acted against?
The first thing is that I think there are a plethora of Supreme Court cases where the Supreme Court has held that where there is urgent requirement, emergency need, then nobody can be turned away. I think this holds good for pre-COVID, post-COVID, during COVID times. And I don't think there should be any, confusion in this regard. Now, those hospitals who have turned her away certainly must be acted against, one. Two, the pain that she has undergone and the fact that she has lost a baby in the process, I think is something which is completely shocking, which shatters everybody's sense of emotions and sense of equanimity. I think this is something which is a tragedy which can never be understood, and it can only be understood by the mother who has lost her child and who has undergone this kind of agony, these moments of utter pain, and these poignant moments. I think these are things which nobody can really understand, and only a woman who has gone through this can understand this absolute pain that she has gone through. But the story that you're carrying now, I think, is something which is a wake-up call for all of us, and more to the government, because the government has absolutely, like everybody knows, done absolutely nothing. Even since the 12th of February, since the time Rahul Gandhi had tweeted and said that there is a serious crisis which is facing us. But I don't think there have been any measures taken to ramp up the system, to bring it to par. Nothing has been done at all. And obviously, because of that, today we find that the hospital system is in a state of disrepair and, has completely floundered in its task, and it doesn't know where it's looking, where it has to go.
Well, Mr. Kalappa, stay with us. Anil Chalagri of the BJP is joining us as well. Mr. Chalagri, thank you so much for joining us. Now, we heard the Chief Minister a short while ago saying that everything is well, that there is no shortage, everything is functioning perfectly all right. But this incident itself highlights the problems that people are facing. A woman had to lose her baby because no hospital was willing to give her admission and had to run from one to the other. Now, my first question to you is, are you going to make sure that hospitals that deny admission to patients are acted against? And secondly, will there be some clarity, some enforcement of the fact that a COVID test is not needed before admission?
See, that is clear. There is no special. First of all, it's a very unfortunate incident, and it shouldn't have happened. I'm not saying that it is okay. I'm saying it's a very unfortunate event which has taken place. In fact, the local MP, Mr. Tejasvi Surya, has also done, has spoken to all the hospital after the incident today. In fact, it is not a fresh information which need to be given to hospitals. The government has been, from the day one itself, the government of Karnataka has been requesting all the hospitals to actually treat the patient first, the emergency patient first, without the COVID test, But it is because of, the staff is worried, because the doctors are worried, it is happening. But let me assure you very clearly, government of Karnataka has been doing, day and night to control the situation. Today, in fact, our Honorable Chief Minister B.S. Yediyurappa ji has requested all the opposition parties not to do any kind of politics at this point of time. Whatever details they need, wherever they want to visit, whichever documents they need. Please do let us know. We will give all the information. Please, there is a situation of panic because, the number of cases are increasing. Honorable Chief Minister Yediyurappa ji has requested the opposition leaders to actually join hands in controlling this pandemic. This has been very clear. And whatever, we have been talking to hospitals repeatedly. All the private hospitals, all the in-charge ministers have been talking to them and trying to take them in confidence. It is not a, Hitler regime where we tell them you do it in whatever cost. We are discussing with them. In case if there is a hospital which does a mistake, we will take a very strict action on them.
Well, Mr. Chalagri, I don't think raising questions about cases like these, heartbreaking cases like this, is about doing any politics over the issue. In fact, such questions need to be raised about the medical systems in play. But just finally, I'm just repeating this question: is any action, any explanation going to be sought from these 4 hospitals in question?
Yes, it will be done without any doubt. Without any doubt, it will be done. Whichever hospitals, there have been incidents like this in the past from different hospitals, but there are a lot of hospitals which are working very closely, private hospitals which are very closely working with the government. Such incident wherever there is a where the treatment is denied, where the admission is denied, the government has been taking very strict action on them. There is a notice which will be given on them. If they do not explain, there is a strict action which will take place.
Well, Mr. Kalappa, you were listening to the BJP. I'll give you the final word on this. But do you believe that there is going to be action taken against these hospitals, and we can see some action for the loss of the baby? Because at the end of the day, these 4 hospitals are responsible for the death of a young infant.
So I don't believe that the government has the bona fides. If they had bona fides, then it was a different matter. But they absolutely lack bona fides. The only thing the government is interested is in the commercial interests. There are 8 ministers who are looking at the larger pie of Bengaluru city and COVID expenses. They have seen today that in Karnataka, there have been ventilators which are worth 4 lakh rupees, which have been purchased at 18 lakh rupees. There was a serious attempt made to hire beds and beddings, and that would have been 10 times the cost of what one could have purchased it at. So there is absolutely no bona fides. The government of Karnataka is absolutely corrupt, trying to make money from a human tragedy. And under these circumstances, there is absolutely no hope that the government of Karnataka will do justice to either the mother or to other families. In fact, there was a case where there was a person who was waiting for an ambulance, waited for 3 hours, and he died. And the BBMP commissioner who went to apologize to the family, he has now been shunted out. So I don't think there is even an apology which will come to this mother who has lost her baby, and in such agonizing manner. But that's the state of affairs in Karnataka, because even if the people of Karnataka voted this government out, they would come back through the back door after purchasing some MLAs. So this is a story in Karnataka, and it's extremely distressing.
Right. Well, Mr. Kalappa, thank you so much for joining us. Mr. Anil Chalagri, we'll hold you to your word. We'll see whether any action is taken against any of these hospitals concerned. Thank you, gentlemen, so much for joining us. I want to go back to Shrija, who's tracking this story. Shrija, I'm so sorry to have interrupted you earlier, but you were just telling us the route and what exactly happened. And additionally, this is not the first time that we've seen in the COVID era a patient who doesn't have COVID suffering as a result of either fear or negligence.
Well, that's right, Aarti. As you rightly pointed out, this is not the very first case that we have come across, because in the state of Karnataka, not just Bengaluru, but the other districts of the state as well have reported where pregnant women have delivered their children, the babies, right outside the premises of the hospital, only because the hospitals are demanding a COVID test report. So clearly, they are acting only because there is an order passed by the Karnataka government, or else why else will the hospital, in fact, make it mandatory to ensure when a woman is in her labor, where in just a few minutes or probably in maybe a few hours where she is going to deliver, you have hospitals demanding COVID reports. Now, coming back to where exactly the route that we had left, remember, after traveling for at least about 8 kilometers, we understand this is in a matter of 8 hours that we're talking about, Aarti, because early in the morning, and after which she had to come back to Sri Rampura, the first hospital that where she was turned away, and we see that particular hospital admitted her at around 5 a.m. This is after about 2 to 3 hours of going from various hospitals, and then we see Sri Rampura gave her admission, after which we see the very hospital itself sent her out of that very hospital saying, please get us a COVID report. So this is the ground scenario, we understand, and we eventually see that because she did not have a choice, the last hospital that she wanted to go get admitted was the KC General Hospital. Now, once again, another the government hospital that we are talking about. She just entered the premises and delivers the baby inside of an auto. Now, even after that delivery, where she is profusely bleeding, and we see in fact, the baby is also breathing. Even at that moment, we understand that nobody from that very hospital came out of that hospital to, in fact, rush the baby and the mother to the hospital. So this is after almost half an hour or so where the baby stopped breathing. That is when the mother was rushed inside, admitted. But eventually, remember, the person who had to pay the price for the government, the collapse of medical infrastructure was that little baby. Back to you.
Absolutely, a heartbreaking incident. Shrija, thank you so much for joining us. We'll keep a close eye on this and whether any action is taken against any of these hospitals. But for now, we're going to slip into a short break. Plenty more on the other side, so stay tuned.